Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, I'm still trying to fix stuff up that's bugging me, and so that light is bugging me. I'm gonna have to put something, and I always remember when I get on here. Alright. Good morning, Aquarius. 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 Isn't that oh my gosh, how come I can't think of who that is? Notorious. Notorious. Alright guys, it's gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a hot one, but it's gonna be a great day. I am still suffering. I moved into a trailer, okay? I've never lived in a trailer, and I'm not embarrassed to say I live in a trailer. I don't give a fuck, right? Everything is temporary also, but even if I lived in a trailer, like a really nice one, honestly, I would not live in a trailer. I feel like I need a home. I need a home where grass and I can grow. Like, I have to be, I almost have to have my home like a jungle. And so I feel like trailers, at least the ones I've seen, you can't have that. Like, it would be very difficult, especially on the inside. And it gets so hot because I don't know if it's because it's like not brick. I don't know what the fuck is out there, but it definitely doesn't keep the heat out. I feel like it makes it worse. Either way, where it's temporary, and I'm a Cancer. I have so much Cancer in my chart. So you come into my home and it's literally like starting to shift. Like and I didn't really notice that I did this, but when I first started doing tarot, if you go, I don't know, I have two channels. I had two channels because one of them something happened, but I might still be at my original office on this channel. Dude, when you stepped into that office, and it was a closet, but it was a closet big enough that I could have turned it into a room for someone. When you stepped into that closet, it felt like you were going into another dimension. It felt like you were going into another timeline. Like, it almost, yeah, it was like you were stepping into an energy and you were in the same place. And I didn't realize that that's what I was doing my whole life, because that's what I do. I have to keep moving things, and it has to, and I didn't realize I was doing this, but it has to feel synergetic. Like, if I sit somewhere and I'm uncomfortable, this isn't right. And if I play something and when I come into my house, it has to feel like, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. Even if I'm here for, like, let's say 6 months, 2 months, whatever, it has to feel that way. If not, I can't live. Living is like this. I know that's not the words. Courage and focus, Aquarius. Okay. Your energy feels really clean though. It feels very smooth. It's almost like you don't have a lot of, you're not like, it feels like you just, okay, I use this analogy a lot. Don't worry about my hair. You guys know I go through those transitions. It is the after shower hair. After shower frizz because of this heat hair. You guys know that scene from Divergent, where they go to the other, so they finally cross over and they get cleansed from the toxin, and they go through this thing, and it's almost like this goo that cleans out their whole body and it cleanses them, right? That's kind of what it feels like you went through. Okay, it feels like you've gone through that cleansing, and right now you don't have blockages. You don't really have anything that's really holding you back. The only thing is, when I said that, there was like negative thoughts wanting to come in, but then immediately almost like no, right? Like no, we're not doing that, right? It's almost like your own ego trying to come in and be like, but no. So some of you guys could have gone through an ego death, right, recently, and your brain is still trying to like come back, like, baby, don't go. Baby, what is it? Baby, don't leave. You're the only one I need. There is nothing With anyone, what is it? With anyone, I don't know the words. I will forever never know the words. Anyway, that's what it feels like. Right now your energy feels pretty like good, right? Things are moving, things are happening, and if you're not there yet, this is what's coming in, okay? Alright, let's see Aquarius. Guys, in my other house, I was actually in a house. 2-bedroom, 2 stories house. My bedroom was big enough so that it was huge. I could ballroom dance in nice open space, and I had a California king bed. It was pretty big, and my table was double this size, so I feel very limited. we do what we can with what we have, okay? So if you see me like it's because I have very small space. Alright, shut up, Jennifer. Maybe you guys are talking a lot. Maybe you feel like you need to talk to someone. Maybe just like I don't actually feel like it's oversharing. I actually like, this is like small talk for me, right? This is like small talk, like minimalist talk. Alright, Aquarius. And your cards are not wanting to come out. It's almost like there we go. You're in the in-between. See what I mean? The land between. You are in the land between. I feel like you have, there's been a part of the ego that has died, and you have now crossed, and you are being cleansed in the in-between. What is this? Horseman, herald of change. Shut up. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting right now you are in the in-between. It's almost like that you're getting your energy cleansed and you're getting things ready before you cross over into the new threshold. There's certain energies that needed to be cleared, certain thought patterns, certain things, and I feel like that's what you're doing, right? And so right now, like, all you can do is like small talk. Like, I can't really do much. Let's just small talk, I guess. Yeah, that's really all you can do, because you're not really in the new space, and you're not in the old space anymore. You're absolutely not in the old space. And so you're kind of sitting there like, well, I'm being it's almost what I'm being shown now is like you're at a doctor's office. You're checked in. You're at a doctor's office. You're waiting to be called in to the office, and you're sitting there, and you're kind of like, you know how like when they take forever and you're fucking bored, and you're like on your phone, and I don't know, even when I'm at the doctor's office, I get annoyed at being on my phone. It's almost like, just hurry up. Like, just come on. Or you're trying to read a magazine, right? And you're like, come on, something change. The herald of change is coming. And when I see this, I almost, it doesn't show it on here. Like, there's a messenger coming in. But I almost get like whatever, right? They do an announcement, right? That's what I'm getting with that. It's almost like there's a message that's there's a message that's coming in. Ouch. There's a message that's coming in, and it's almost like Aquarius, it's your turn, and you're like, thank God. I don't have to read about hemorrhoids anymore. Skywriting the face. You are moving into your true north. You are moving into your destiny. You're finally moving into where you're meant to be. You're moving into that new land, right? And then we got trust at the bottom. Sorry. I'm pretty sure that was a cat hair. I was gonna start doing small talk again. No. I don't like how I did that. Let's put that here. Trust. See? Why am I so annoyed? Healing the heart. I don't usually... Alright. Yeah, I'm like annoyed by everything. Do you guys have like, I don't know, like I'm touching stuff with my foot. This morning has been very much, I don't know if like, I know my daughter has this, she has ADHD. She has this weird thing with feelings, even like the shower head, it has to be very specific. Foods, texture, stuff like that. I'm feeling that. And normally I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I haven't worn shoes like inside my house, I don't know how long. I don't like cater to normal shit. I will go outside in the snow and stand in the snow with no shoes on. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But everything is bothering me right now. Like things that are touching, like it's bothering me. I don't know why. And it's bothering me that it's bothering me, because that normally doesn't bother me. So I don't know if you guys have ADHD or something, and you guys are like, because there's been so much open space and time of not movement, you guys have like dug deeper into that, like into your like little quirks that you do. I don't have ADHD, so I can't really tell you I don't have ADHD. Absolutely not. Yeah, you guys are moving into, see, you guys are moving into your fate. This is exactly where you're meant to be, and they're asking you to fully trust. I do feel like you've been told where you're going, but because you haven't been able to see it, and because it's been such a long time, that they're saying, listen, we know it's been a minute, but we need you to trust, right? And we also need you to trust where we're leading you. Like, it might seem weird, the things that are happening, and it might annoy you, and things are happening that you don't like. Like, remember, like, things are touching, they're touching me, they're touching me. I put, I call it weed, it's catnip, on the floor, and then the floor gets dirty, like, you know how it is, and then I touch it, and it's bothering the shit out of me. Okay, trust, because you're gonna heal your heart wherever it is that you're going. There is a messenger coming in, though. I don't know why I heard messenger of death. Obviously, no. Okay, we're not talking. No, that's not what it's about. But it could be that this is a messenger of that's going to bring the death of a cycle, right? The death of a pattern, the death of a specific time. Or something that was happening repeatedly, right? So it could be the death of a cycle. Alright, let's clarify, Aquarius. I don't know, your guys' reading has been just, I'm sorry, but this is your energy. This is absolutely not my energy. I am very much chill. I am very much like, I am the biggest nerd hippie you will ever meet. So I will mix all my food. I don't give a fuck. I'm like from Vegas Vacation, where you go to that buffet. He's like, I'll have some of the yellow. I don't care. I'll be like, I'll have some of the yellow and the blue. And I know I have a brother that's like, will not mix salt and sweet. And I'm like, man, give me sweet and sour. Mix it with like cake and like put it all. No, I don't give a shit. I'm not. No, it's very hard to displease me, which is sad, because like that means that the people that I've dealt with not only have done the bare minimum, but they've had to go out of their way to fuck with me, right? Because I'm so easy to please. Like, you gotta be a piece of shit to like fucking, yeah. Anyway, I feel like I really am talking to somebody that's like this, because it's just giving. The land in between, you got third person, another person involved, someone else's influence, love triangle. I feel like the person that's wanting to close out a cycle with you, I do feel like there's somebody that's trying to close out a cycle. There's a third person that's interfering. Third real rival, too many people. I'm not sure for all of you guys if this is a love, like if this is the third person is actually a love interest for someone else, or if this person is married, or what's going on. But I'm going to clarify that card, which I don't normally clarify my clarifiers, but we got to. I have to, because I gotta. And now I feel like I have to put my protection oil on. So after we clarify this, we will. Okay, so I'm getting that this person is in between. Like, I feel like they're either getting rid of the third party, they're removing themselves from third parties, they're detoxing people and places from their life, right? And I feel like it's in between. It's in between because I feel like this person cannot come towards you with toxic third parties involved. And with a third party, like coming to Aquarius and be like, hey, I'm not single, but what's up? I'd be like, my foot up your ass is what's up if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, woman or the court or the person, whatever. It's just giving me basics. It's not going to give me a lot because it's going to be different. I feel like there interference. I don't feel like this is interference. I don't feel like the third party is romantic for everyone. I do feel like for some of you guys it is a friend, a coworker, or a family member that's trying to interfere, okay? And I feel like right now you guys are in the land in between where you're meant to go is actually, you might be going with someone else and they're basically like cleaning up their side of the street, right? Like, I need you to get your shit together so we can hurry up and go, but you have to wait, right? It's like the doctor that's trying to get all the patients through to get to you. But he has to go and make sure that he gets his patients through, right? Obviously, he's not healing them, or, you know, he or she, whatever. But I do feel like they're having to clean up their side of the street before they come towards you. And I feel like they've done it, they're already doing it, they're in the process of it. Clarifying Horseman Herald's change. Let me get one more. Let me clarify sky writing. Let me get one more with Horseman. No, actually, I'm going to clarify. I don't remember clarifying my clarifiers, but I feel the need to do that here. Okay. 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 This person might have a red car. There might be something like really showy, flashy with their car. But I do feel like this is somebody that's a bit unpredictable, okay? They are going to be feeling very possessive of you. But I do feel like this person is still dealing with their demons, okay? I don't feel like this person is coming in fully healed. I do feel like they're still working on their demons, but they're working on it. It's not like they're like, oh, I don't give a shit, I'm a piece of shit, I'm just gonna live my life. No, they're actually actively working on it, alright? I do feel like this person is gonna message you, but it does feel like they're going to pressure you. Or they're feeling pressured. It could be both, actually. This person is very goal-oriented, and they're very determined, but I am getting red flags on this. Like, the energy has shifted. It's not the negative. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know that when I'm picking up on a hidden narcissist or a hidden toxic, my whole system shifts. It's almost like in between, right? Good, medium, like full-blown sociopath. I do feel, though, that with a heart and mind, compassionate, I'm going to have to clarify this one, too. This person is somebody that you've had a past life with. This person could also have Parisian, in this life. Parisian, Paris. They could have that lineage. Their family could be from, is it London, Europe, Paris, France. God, I can see your underpants. Okay. You know what's funny though? This card says Wolverine, right? Fierce, unpredictable, wild, power struggle, assertive. But look at this animal on the card, okay? That does not look like a Wolverine. It looks like a small little animal that I just want to go hug and put on my bed as like a stuffed bear, okay? I'm getting this person puts on a great facade because they have their self-esteem is garbage, okay? I do feel though that you and them, you're going to be compassionate. You have a very high EQ, right? And you understand. Like, I feel like this person is coming in, you're very emotionally balanced, and you know, you're wanting to make decisions that are good for everyone. But this person is still dealing with demons, okay? So it might be safe to say that this is something that you might want to take slow, or even just keep as friendship, because this person is still working on themselves, right? And a lot of time when you're like fighting like demons, especially like addictions, people who are addicted or have, you know, addictions have an addictive personality, right? And so they'll go from like doing drugs to becoming addicted to someone, right? And if that doesn't pan out, or you guys are having issues, it's not working, then what do? They go and they start doing other stuff, or they go back to what they were doing, right? They start to like what's the word, they relapse because their source of good is no longer with you, or because you guys are fighting, they don't have it available, right? So I feel like this is somebody that you might want to be by their side, or you could even have fun with them, but make sure you're keeping that boundary of like, look, I'm not your source of happiness. And I just saw 2. I'm not your source of happiness. I'm not here for you to plug in. You need to find your happiness on your own. I can be by your side, but I'm not going to heal you. I'll be by your side while you heal. We can do this as friends. We can do this as whatever, but I'm not going to be your next, you know, source. I'm not. It's not going to work. You guys know. I don't think there's not a single person that I've met that hasn't gone through struggles with some kind of addiction, right? My mom, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink, she doesn't do drugs. She's a shopaholic. And she'll be like, oh, it's a dollar store. Ma'am, $101 things comes to $100. And if you do it every day, and she's a hoarder. Everybody has addictions. Until you've healed some shit, right? Even people that like love going to the gym and have no other things. I've seen people that are addicted to the gym. There is such a thing, and people want to be like, no, yes. There is such a thing, okay? There needs to be an equal balance for everything, right? And if you do nothing else but go to the gym, you don't go out and have, you know, do stuff on your own, go to the movies by yourself, hell, take a hike by yourself, travel the world why aren't you doing that by yourself? Why can't you do that on your own, right? I do feel like this person is going to come in. You guys might know who this is. This might be somebody that you've known from a while ago, and you guys just haven't spoken. This could be somebody, and I think you guys are actually like a good pairing, but this person is still fighting their demons, so they still aren't completely safe per se. But that's the point of healing, right? Because when we heal, we now understand where we need to be like, okay, this is my line, you can't cross this. You have to understand that, and you need to keep up safe boundaries, right? And I feel like this is somebody that really just needs somebody to not heal them, be there in their darkest times, right? And I don't feel like it's their darkest times. I feel like they're coming out of their darkest times. I feel like they're coming out and they're almost like practicing. I'm seeing somebody that went through some shit. They went through some shit and they're still dealing with it, right? If this is someone that wants to take things quick, you slow it the fuck down. Because again, that addiction to like, oh, I love this person, I love them so much. It's that addiction feeling, right? No, let's slow down. We're gonna chill the fuck out, and we're gonna take this slow, right? Look, agreement, pact, cycles, promise. What did I say? Contracts, partnership, reaping what you sow. This is something that could lead somewhere. And they're saying you can take a leap of faith. Just be careful. Make sure that you are communicating. This could bring in a birth of a son, and it also could bring in prosperity. But like I said, the reason why we heal is so that we can be around toxic people and not get sucked into that, because you know better, right? People like to say, oh, I always call in toxic men. No. Toxic men come in and you allow them to stay because you're unhealed and your self-esteem feels it, deems it necessary for you to deal with a piece of shit. If you called in a toxic man and you were like, fuck that, and walked away from it, then you would no longer start getting like toxic men, right? The question is, why did you stay so long? Why did you stay? That's the question, right? Why do you stay? Why do you deal with it? Yeah, communication, unite, integrate, share, collaborate. Some of you guys could be collaborating. There's going to be harmony here. I do feel like this is going to be a really good friendship. But like I said, this person is still dealing with stuff. And again, they could have that because they like I said, everybody, I used to be an alcoholic, but not to the point where like, because I stopped drinking. I'll stop drinking. I'll go. I don't feel like I forbid myself of anything. So if I want to have a drink next week, I will. But there was a point where I was drinking every day, a lot. I don't do that anymore, and it's because I was like, nah, we can't do that no more. We're hurting ourselves, right? And so I was just like, okay, cool. We're gonna take it little by little. We're gonna start doing it, once a week, and then every 2 weeks, and then once a month, and then it went 3 months, and then you know what I mean. And then you just stop. But I know that I have that addictive personality, so I don't try anything else. I will not. I will not. I already know. So I won't. So you have to learn how to at least get semi-addicted to other things that are healthy. Like I said, like you could do exercise, just don't, if that's your whole life, like that's still an addiction, right? That's still an addiction. Okay, let's get you guys some guidance. Aquarius, strength and release. The strength and resilience. Yeah, I feel like you guys have weathered a lot of storms, but I feel like this storm, you're calling it in and you're making the changes, right? I feel like you're the ones calling in these changes. It's almost like Storm from X-Men, who can move the weather now to their needs, right? Yeah, and you're moving forward, change and progress. Look at that. You're making the changes here. And then imagine and envision, and you're calling in everything that you want to call in, right? Everything that you want to call in. And now you see, okay, this comes in. This isn't gonna quite work. Let's keep going, right? Now you have those tools to know that you can be friends with someone that's toxic. You can be friends with someone that's not perfect. You can be friends with someone that you know, but it's because you heal. And you know that you're going to have those boundaries, and you're not going to allow people to step all over you. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. Prayers and wishes are coming true. Yeah. Alright. Aquarius, I almost said Pisces. Weird. I'm going to leave it here. I hope this helped. I love you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.